Going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Today we're going to examine Angela Stanton King. She is a black female Trump supporter. She's a very bigly Trump supporter, and she's ride or die with Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump did pardon her, as Angela Stanton does have a criminal background, but I don't hold that against her. There's a lot of people who made mistakes and got caught up and went to jail. So I don't hold that against her. Everybody can have a second chance. And for all intents and purposes, she deserves her second chance, right? But she is definitely loyal to Donald Trump. And she does not believe Donald Trump is racist. Now, she's running for Congress in Atlanta as a Republican. And for the life of me, I don't understand what makes her think any Republican is going to support her. Right now, her past is she did have a shelter for children and their babies, and she's very passionate about black babies. Like, that's really her whole thing. Black babies, you know, protecting black babies and protecting mothers and things like that, which I'm with her. I commend her for the things that she's done, and I commend her more than all the other Coonarians out there who don't do nothing but talk trash on the internet. At least Angela is putting her money where her mouth is, and she's actually taking true action towards her ideologies, which is she's actually running for Congress. Like, she's literally doing something. So much respects to her. But she's running as a Republican in Atlanta as a black woman in this environment where we have a right-wing racist administration who she in fact supports. And she believes Donald Trump is pro-life, right? Now, keep in mind, we're talking about Donald Trump, the guy who, when he was elected the first time, because of his ineptness and because of his disregard for facts or for human beings, allowed millions of people in America to die from the vaccine. That's not very pro-life. A guy who has no problem supporting tyrannical governments to bomb and kill over 70,000 people. That's not really pro-life, okay? A person that's currently right now terrorizing an entire group of people. That's not pro-life. So even though Angela, more of her passionate stance on pro-life, I think is misguided because she's supporting, you know, Donald Trump. And then she lies a lot about Donald Trump's accomplishments, as Angela is she's not really politically astute. Okay? She's not politically astute at all. Let's just say her and Donald Trump probably got the same amount of political understanding with each other. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about here, right? I don't want to disrespect this woman because this woman been through a lot of shit, right? Like, she been through a lot of shit, okay? You know, but I think that the things that she's been through has skewed her, and she seems to think that the party of white supremacy, the party of racists, is going to support her, a woman who, for all intents and purposes, fits in the box of the stereotype that the Republicans use to demonize black people. She fits the profile completely. And because of that, I am 100% sure that there's not going to be too many white men supporting her. Not going to be too many white women supporting her. As we already know, white women do not support black people either way. And they're not supporting no black woman either way. They have shown us this. Now, Stanton was a staunch advocate for Donald Trump when Kamala Harris was running this last go around. And she was on a campaign to talk trash about Kamala Harris. She was among many black women who decided to attack Kamala Harris, right, on behalf of Donald Trump. So she is a weapon of white supremacy. She is definitely and most definitely a tool of white supremacy. Even though in her mind, she's fighting for the lives of black babies, and she's fighting for anti-trans legislation because her son has transitioned into I don't call them women. I'm kind of with her on it. Her son decided he wants to live his life as a woman. She has a serious problem with that. And that problem has led her to go to jail again, right? Because that has manifested into several different dramatic things with her and her family, and has been plastered all over the internet. Everybody talks about it. And that's another reason why, more than likely, the Republicans will not support her, even though the Republicans are the party of transsexuals. I mean, one of the most famous transsexuals in the world is Republican. There's a lot of trans Republicans. There's a lot of gay Republicans. A whole lot. So I'm not quite sure. I think she's just really loyal to Donald Trump because she got a pardon. Honestly, I think that's where it all boils down to. But so she has sided herself with the Republicans. And yeah, she has the right to be a Republican. And I believe that because she chose to be a Republican, nothing that she wants to get done is going to get done. Nothing that she wants to do is ever going to take place. And she will have zero support with anybody in anything she wants to do, because the only thing the Republicans will use her for is to attack other black women. That's the only thing she will use her for. Her herself also attacks black women, and she also used the same white supremacy tropes to attack the black community while pretending like she's holding the black community accountable. We all know black Republicans, they use stereotypes to attack the black community under the guise of holding their community accountable. But they never hold the Republicans accountable for anything, and they always give the Republicans a pass on their racism, as Angela definitely gives a pass to Republicans on their racism, and she gives Donald Trump a pass on all his racism, all his documented racism. She will get on the mic and say Donald Trump is not racist. She will also get on the mic and say, I don't mind working with racists. So she's willing to compromise herself in order to work with racists to get her own personal agenda across, which is stopping abortions and stopping people from being trans. That's her personal mission in life. And she will sell her community out in order to do that. Because right now, the Republicans are disenfranchising black people, African Americans. The Republicans are actively getting rid of all kinds of books and classes and doing everything they can to disfranchise black people. But she seems to think that Republicans is the best party for black people. So she doesn't care about police brutality. She doesn't care about Donald Trump's campaign to destroy black power. She doesn't care about Donald Trump disenfranchising black businesses. She doesn't care about anything Donald Trump does to black people, as long as there's no trans and there's no abortion. Now, clearly, we already have the abortion thing. Unless she wants to go extreme and she wants a federal ban on abortion, maybe that's what she wants. I think she's a Christian, but I'm not sure because she doesn't act like a Christian. But what American conservative actually does act like a Christian? None of them. But that's neither here nor there. So she's a Republican and she's running as a public figure. So it's free for you. You can say anything you want about her because she put herself out there like that, right? That's what happens when you're a public figure. You know, people got a right to critique you. So that's what we're going to do here. So I'm going to put some content here. And like I said, there's a lot of things Angela have done in her community, right? Besides just running her mouth, she actually does good things. She's done a lot of good things in her community. And I got to give her flowers for that. But I think her political astuteness is much to be desired. And her political ideology is lackluster at best, right? So anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at Angela Stanton King. Anyway, that's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
Why am I running for Congress? Because for me, it's not about politics. It's personal. I was sexually abused at the age of 5 years old. And without the proper guidance, I dropped out of high school and had several run-ins with the law. By the time I was 27 years old, I had a felony conviction for conspiracy. I gave birth behind bars, handcuffed to a bed, while a sheriff watched. It was one of the most traumatic experiences of my life. In 2005, I was released from prison with a $25 check and a bus ticket. I had 4 babies to take care of on the outside. I had nowhere to go, nowhere to live, and no one to help. We lived on the streets, bouncing around from shelter to shelter. I couldn't find a job, and I lost all hope. I fought my way back from rock bottom because God had a better purpose for my life. And now I'm running for Congress to fight for you. And I'm running as a Republican. Right now, civil unrest is tearing our cities apart. And the Democrats want to defund the police when we need them the most?
Fire, Chris, a firecracker. Yep. Something's on fire.
Homelessness is out of control. Gangs are terrorizing residents from Buckhead to Bankhead, and police shootings of unarmed men have to stop. Atlanta has been voting Democrat for the past 140 years. If you're upset with the system, then you're upset with the Democratic policies that built it. I'm running for Congress as a Republican because we need common sense solutions. You don't take away resources when violent crimes and shootings are skyrocketing. You don't wait until an innocent 8-year-old child is murdered before you break up an illegal autonomous zone set up by armed demonstrators in the middle of the city. And you don't help underserved communities by giving them a handout. You help them by giving them a hand up. We've got a lot of challenges before us. Thankfully, I happen to know a thing or two about overcoming adversity. And I know our best days are yet to come. Like I said, this isn't about politics. This is personal.
Do you disagree with people who say that Donald Trump is not a racist?
I just don't believe that the man is a racist. This is just my personal belief because I have a personal relationship with Donald J. Trump, okay? If any of us do our research, we know that Donald Trump wasn't accused of being a racist prior to his run for office. Donald Trump was at the Michael Jackson trial with him every single day. I mean, Donald Trump ran with some of everybody, Diddy, 50 Cent. He's on the Wu-Tang Clan album. This is the same Donald Trump that when Jennifer Hudson's family was murdered, he put her up for 6 months, in Trump Tower. This is the same Trump that sent his private jet, all the way over to get Nelson Mandela when he was released from prison. This is the same Trump that gave me a full and unconditional pardon, pardon Kwame Kilpatrick, released 3,100 people from prison, in one day, July 19th, 2019. I mean, if that's the type of racism we have to deal with, I'll take it.
Now, for me personally, when it just comes to business and advancing our community, I ain't got no problem working with racists. Cause I ain't got, this what I need.
As long as you can get understanding.
Look, this what I need. That what you want?
Right.
This what I need. And we gone. We ain't playing friends. You ain't got to act like you like me. You know what I'm here at the table for. I'm coming to get what I get and I'm gone. And we deal with racists all the time.
Right.
So we got to learn how to deal with these people and do business with these people and not move in fear. I don't care if you're a racist. I'd rather know how you feel. But if I don't know how you feel and you secretly hating me, then that's when it becomes dangerous. The Proud Boys, the Nazis, all of them people, that's how y'all feel. You got every right to feel that way because me and my people, we got every right to feel our way. Right? I ain't mad at you for being pro-white because my ass is pro-black.
I think there's going to come a time where the collective, we're going to have to come together and we're going to have to say, damn, choosing a side. We need to vibe for the policies that are best for us because what we're seeing right now, whether you happy with a red side or a blue side, we seeing that illegal immigrants, right, for whatever reason, are getting far more benefits than American citizens. And that's just the honest to God truth. I mean, we watched them give billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine, and then the people in North Carolina, and I don't care if they're white or black, they're American, they only get $750, and then they don't even have the internet up there in the mountains to even be able to apply for the services that they need. I mean, you'll see Kamala Harris with a Hot Wheels abortion bus taking it to the hood in Chicago and going on a abortion tour at HBCU colleges, but I don't see that same.
You call it an abortion tour. I'm gonna call it a freedom of choice.
I mean, well, I don't see that message being taken to Yale or Dartmouth. Like, why is it just the HBCUs? And we don't even see abortion clinics at the border. So I have a real issue with, American women, and particularly young black women, childbearing age women, like at our colleges, being given this liberation of choice. But when it comes to the border or people crossing the border, hey, we got you, we got your family, we'll take care of y'all. But black women, we too poor to have our children. We suffering. We ain't got enough money. Okay, well, where is money gonna come from? All of these people that came together and raised over $1 billion for Kamala. For us to sit up and listen to Kamala Harris and Oprah Winfrey tell us how we poor.
To make some moves.
I mean, she's been in for the past 4 years.
No, it's not the same.
There's a video of her saying that she's been very active in every decision that Joe Biden has made. I mean, that's what a vice president is for. They consult each other. Like, if I can go in with Kim Kardashian and get a law changed without ever holding a seat in office, don't tell me that Kamala Harris can't do anything. I went by myself because Kim didn't have a baby chained to her bed. It don't matter. She has influence. Kamala Harris could have used her platform to call for a stay when Marcellus Williams was just executed. Kim Kardashian's done it all the time. I've done it. You didn't see one post from Kamala Harris about Marcellus Williams. You haven't seen anything from Kamala Harris in regards to Sonya Massey.
I'm gonna do some work. I'm gonna do some work when Trump was in office. Did he help anybody?
He actually made the murder of George Floyd. He made it a hate crime. Okay, called for the FBI to investigate it. Okay, that's one thing. He did the same thing with Ahmaud Arbery. Okay, I actually was at the FBI conference and called for the arrest of Derek Chauvin, the only nigga at the FBI conference in Minneapolis. So it's like, don't get it twisted because we may be on different sides politically. I can no longer be a Democrat because the Democrat Party of today is not the same Democrat Party that it was when my grandmother and my mother was supporting it, right? These issues that they have now, you know, with full-term abortion, that's something I cannot support, especially knowing the factual basis that 20 million black lives have been aborted since Roe v. Wade was passed. And it was passed on a lie because the white lady, Jane Doe, said that she was raped by 4 black men. She was never raped by 4 black men and she never even had an abortion. So we have seen, like, even when I look at my family, I put up a picture the other day of my grandmother and her 10 children. And people were like, wow, we never see family pictures like that anymore. Well, that's because of abortion. We were at 13%. We were at 13% of the population in 1973 when Roe v. Wade was passed. It is 2024. We are still at 13% of the population. Every other demographic that has come here has excelled and passed us, and it is because of the strategic placement of abortion clinics. Like it's not that these black people weren't created. Right. They were created. They were just aborted. Right. So we are aborting our future. We're constantly crying about being an oppressed minority, right? But we can never be the majority if we're having over 45% of all the abortions happening in the U.S. and we're only 13% of the population. But out of that 13% of the population, only 7% are childbearing age women, black women. So we got all of these abortions taking place and the black maternal health crisis. Like, we're in trouble. And you can't say, like that situation with Amanda Thurman that happened here in Georgia, the young lady who took the abortion pill to abort twins and then it left some of the residue of the baby inside of her. She developed sepsis and she passed away, right? They're actually using that as an excuse to say or to call for more abortions. Like, abortion is not safe.
Right. Well, yeah, I know, but not doing it at home with a pill ain't either. You know,
they was doing it at home with a hanger. That's why they passed it.
I get
it's
how you
never
feel.
Safe.
Comes to President Donald Trump, a lot of people accuse this man of being a racist. I too was one of the ones that said, no, I don't want to go talk to that man. He hates black people. Well, that's what they said. But I had a story. I wasn't going to be worried about emotions. I was going to go in with my story and see if I could make a difference. Many of you may or may not know that I served time in a Georgia State prison. And while I was serving time in that prison, I was pregnant. I was transported to a hospital here in Georgia by a police officer, and I was chained to a bed, and I was forced to give birth to my baby with a sheriff watching for a nonviolent crime. I found myself sitting in front of President Trump in the Oval Office, and I shared my story. Just so happened that he heard my story. Not only did he pass the First Step Act, overturning the 94 crime bill that massively incarcerated black America, freeing nearly 20,000 people to this day. He also made it illegal for them to chain women to the bed during their childbirth. This white man that they told me was a racist.
Bad parent, because they can't force me to believe that my son is a woman. So I'm gonna tell you this: fuck Dr. Phil, fuck his motherfucking wife, fuck goddamn Paramount Studios, Fuck all you other crazy, dumbass son of a bitches that think a dick can somehow magically turn into a pussy. It's not motherfucking happening. That's the bottom line. I held it down. It was some ghetto ratchet shit, but I don't give a fuck because I'm standing on mine. At the end of the day, my son is a man, and the rest of y'all need to stand on your shit too. I don't give a fuck what label these people have by their name. Common sense is we know damn well a man cannot be a woman. Okay? If you were supposed to be a woman, you wouldn't have to go and have surgery to get titties put on your breasts. You would already be born with them. If you was a woman, you wouldn't be born with a dick. You wouldn't have to go get your dick cut off. Now, I'm going to stick to... When I went to prison, I was pregnant. So I ended up carrying my daughter while I was in prison. I gave birth to my daughter chained to a bed with a sheriff watching. 24 hours later, she was taken from me.
So you on some finish your course stuff, not to cut you off, but that's how Athena gave birth to Pac like that.
Listen, my daughter won the Harvard Debate International Championship. She already working for Bloomberg. She in her second year at MIT.
Yes. Preach.
But I gave birth chained to a bed with a sheriff watching. Wow. And even the doctors asked him, like, where's she going? She got a 7-pound baby coming out her butt. Like, she can't get up and run. And he stood there. A male? Yeah, it was a white sheriff. And he stood there and he watched. Like, he was the daddy. I'm talking about just all in it. And for me, because I had experienced a lot of sexual trauma when I was young.
That's weird.
It kind of took me back there because I couldn't understand what that was. And then it's such a private moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you here?
Right.
And so after that, 24 hours later, my mother came to the hospital. They gave my baby to my mother. They sent me back to a prison. The prison was overcrowded.
No healing.
They gave me a mat. They put me on the floor. I was hemorrhaging. You only allowed 3 pads a day when you're in a female facility. I had to wash. I had to take T-shirts and use T-shirts to keep myself from bleeding all over everything.
They say women
I had to wash the T-shirts out in the toilet because the toilet had the chlorine in it. I remember after I had my baby, my breasts were swollen because your breasts fill with milk, but there was no baby to get the milk out.
I want to see more people from our community standing up to protect black men and black boys. Black women have thrown y'all away. Black women do not care about black men. Black women, unfortunately, sis, and I know y'all coming to beat me up, and I ain't talking about all us, but I'm talking about the majority. They don't even care about their children. They would rather abort their children than to give them life. Black people, black men, right? You at some point, you're going to have to pick a side. Black men have to come back into the forefront, and you all have to take a lead if you all want to save black life. Because a black woman, she can go anywhere, right, to get what she feel like she needs. Who's going to be there for you? Who's going to save you? I hope y'all not waiting on us. Because I damn sure can't do it by myself.
What is your definition of medical apartheid?
I don't think I have a specific definition for it. I think it's just what it is. I think it's just specifically targeting a group of people for medical malpractice. That's what I believe it is. And 9 times out of 10, that specific group of people just happens to have dark skin. Abortion is another form.
Please share some past medical experimentations done on black children most people are unaware of.
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, not only just black children, just black people, period. You got the Tuskegee syphilis experiment that happened. You talk about black slaves, the early development of medical practices where they would operate on black women without using anesthesia to see their level of pain. We see even with HIV and AIDS. I mean, we still experiencing these things to this day. We see all of a sudden there's a breakout, and then the next thing you know, it just somehow disproportionately impacts the black community. AIDS came out, and then the next thing we know, the only people who are dying of AIDS and HIV every time we heard about it were black men. We're still experiencing forms of medical apartheid to this day with what just happened during COVID. Right? We see them say all of a sudden something came from China. They said it started in China. I don't know about y'all, but I was at home watching the videos like everybody else. I seen people in China coughing and they was dying right on the spot. The whole world went crazy. Next thing we know, it left China, went all the way around the world, went to Africa. They had the lowest numbers in Africa where the most black people are. Imagine that. Then somehow it got here to America, and then all of a sudden it was disproportionately
impacting black people. Not only was it disproportionately impacting black people, guess what? All of the vaccines were what? Shipped to what? Those black neighborhoods, those black communities. Same thing. Just like with Planned Parenthood, we start seeing all the black churches popping up with the COVID tests. You remember in the COVID vaccines, we started seeing Juvenile and everybody talking about back that vax up. They was making songs and videos. They was giving away free dances at the strip club. Krispy Kreme was giving away free donuts. KFC and Popeyes was giving away free chicken, specifically targeting black people to go take an experimental drug, just so we can see what happens. And we fall for it every single time because we are controlled by fear and not facts.
Wait. Before you go, for all my subscribers and philanthropists out there, I'm building a solar power community water bowl system in Nigeria. It's going to cost between $5,000 and $6,000. I'm trying to raise money. If you want to participate and help me build this solar power water system, please donate to the Cash App and put solar water in the notes. Solar water in the notes. I'll put PayPal, Stripe, and Zelle. Anyway, thank you. That's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out. Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.